Hi planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a budget with me. And if you've been with me for a bit, you know that every time I record a budget with me, I have some sort of problem. So let's pray together that this budget with me happens with no issues. So, there's a lot going on right now, and I am inexplicably tired and saddened and overwhelmed. And when I have all of those emotions going on, it causes anxiety for me. And it's really important for me to be able to turn to my creative outlets. So I've been working really hard to put together a budget kit. I need my budget to be what I need it to be. And I want to be able to sell budget kits in my shop. So I worked on that a little bit this weekend, and I also purchased Jen DeFore's font, her handwritten font. That is her handwriting, and I made a bunch of different script stickers. So when I do my plan with me for my life planner, because I've already done my daily Petite planner, I'm planning on using these, but these are already up in my Etsy shop, which is Studio Bliss Co. And so if you're interested in having Jen DeFore's font, Jen Plans font, her handwritten font, these are available in my Etsy shop. Again, that's Studio Bliss Co. And I've got about 11 different options up right now, with more to come soon. So I just wanted to share those with you. There's no budget kits in my shop yet. They are still being worked on, still being perfected. So those will come once they are where I need them to be. But these are some mock-ups of what I plan to use for my budget. So I'm going to use the blue this month. I had initially planned to use like the orange. It's like a distressed orange, yellow, pink. But blue is my favorite color, and I have been doing all things blue this month. So I wanted to continue on with that theme. And see, this is when I'm like staying up late trying to get stuff to work, and I didn't get my offset right, so it like punched out every letter. But anyway, you don't need to know all that. So, and then this didn't cut right. So see, I can't put stuff like this in my shop, but I can use it myself. So I am trying something different. I started a few months ago using, and see, look, that is entirely too long. That's a whole nother issue. We're going to get it right at some point. I'm unbothered by that, but that's not something I would want to sell to somebody. And see, this is too short. So I wonder if this is the same thing. It probably is. Okay, so I have to find a way to make this work for me. See, I couldn't send this to y'all like this. Okay, so I'm trying a few different things. One of the things that I'm doing is using the Budget Moms workbook. And one of the things that I'm doing is using an Excel spreadsheet. And that is definitely redundant. However, I need to see things in multiple places for it to really click. And they are serving different purposes for me, because the Excel is doing the math for me. The Budget Mom workbook is just, for lack of a better term, helping me to really just stay on task. I like having my budget in my Petite planner because I take it with me, and if I need to pay a bill or write down an expense, it's nice to have that with me on the go. that is what I'm currently doing. I don't know what is going on here. Okay, so this is not removable sticker paper, but it is today. So we're going to use these. I'm going to go in and put the days of the week on here. So I'm not too worried about it not being the right size, because again, it's just for me. I'm not selling it to anybody or giving it to anybody. I just clearly did not measure correctly. So, and you can't even tell that I just jerry-rigged that. So, now I don't have day of the week stickers, so I'm trying to use everything that is my own design, but I am going to use my day of the week stickers from Lily and Lola on Etsy. And we will use this font here. I'm just having all kinds of difficulty today. And we'll get these on here and get to the good stuff. So I like to use the month at a glance to lay out all my bills and be able to see what it is I have to pay. So I made some bill due stickers. Okay, and I don't know what happened to the blue ones. Hindsight, I don't like that they all say bill due on them. I'd rather just have them be the same exact design with no words on it, and then that way I can write in what the bill is and the dollar amount. Okay, here's the blue ones. So I am going to lay these down on the days. I know I have a bill, and what I did not do is bring, okay, this is going to be a little bit harder because I don't know when things are due and it's not on this paper. We will come back to it. Okay, so I'm not gonna lay down everything because I have no idea, and I'm gonna need to grab another sheet that has the due dates. But one of the things that I did is in May, I paid off 4 or 5 different credit cards. And I paid down on some other things because I work for the state of California, and I am facing a 10% pay cut. And so I have to get it together. I can't be ill prepared. I've been through this before. It was 15% the previous time. And it's hard. So I need to have my budget done at the beginning of every month so that I know where I stand, where my money is allocated to, how much money I'm working with, what bills I need to pay, so that I'm not stressed out and worried about how I'm going to eat or keep my lights on or whatever it may be. Because 10% is a lot. It's a lot of my income. And so, you know, I'm worried about it, but I think preparation is key. So I've made all of my strips too long, so that's a, you know, note to self for making adjustments to these. They're just a tad too long. I'd like for them to end with the line. So on this side, what I did was I sketched out what I wanted this to look like. So on the left side, I'm going to have my income and I'm going to have my expenses. On my right side, I'm going to put my cash envelopes and my sinking funds. And then I'm going to have a debt tracker on the next page and a spending tracker on the next page. So it'll be a total of 4 pages that I use in the back. This was one of my planners that was ruined. So, and I'm also running out of pages. I've been using pages for other things like sketching. And so I did pick up the new 18-month monthly planner, and I'll switch over to this in July. So on here, I did I think I said I was gonna, instead of using income, I was gonna do like June budget. So we'll do that up here. And then we will come down and do, I think I said I was gonna, okay, ribbon stickers. This is why I did extras. I have income coming from a few sources. And I'm trying to have enough lines for expenses, which I know that I'm not going to, but I will, I'm going to combine some things together and just not include some things on here, but they're written down and accounted for somewhere else. So then we have expenses. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let me lay this all out first, and then I'll say what I'm going to do. So over here, I'm going to put my cash envelopes on top. And I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cash envelopes. So well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, I don't like the width of this, but I'm just making it work. So then we have, let me just flip the page so that I can put these headers on here, because I don't want to accidentally use these stickers in the wrong place. And so this is the first time I'm doing this with my own kit, so thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so over here I'm going to have my debt tracker. And over here on the right, I'm going to have my spending tracker. And so then here, I am going to do my sinking funds. And I'm just trying to get this to line up. Okay, so we will put sinking funds here. Okay, so now that I got that on there, We'll put down the sinking funds sticker. And I just realized that I had an envelope for cash envelopes, but I don't think I need it. So I am going to sort of skip around. So the first thing I want to do is share, let's get a little bit closer. I'm going to share my cash envelopes. So I'm going to use a total of $400 in cash this month for certain items. So for my, okay, y'all are gonna think I'm weird. I love to have, like, some people use pencil boards. I like newspaper as like a buffer between my pages. So always done it. I love to have something cushiony to write on. So my cash envelope categories are going to be, and I need to draw some lines. So I did not make a sticker for this, but what I'm gonna do is I need to make a sticker, so this is like another thing to write down. I'm going to do I'm gonna try to draw a straight line. So this month, the way I'm going to do it is I'm gonna have the category, the amount I budgeted, the actual amount, and then whether or not it's over or under. So the first category is groceries, and I have budgeted $150 for the month. Then I have household, which is like toilet paper, toiletries, paper towels, laundry detergent. So for that category, I have budgeted $40. I have eating out, and I have 50. Gas, and that's for my car, 100. Pet, 10. Beauty, which is primarily hair care products and skincare products, 10, which is really low. Clothing, 20. And fun, 20. Okay, so let's make sure this adds up. Okay, so that's $400. So yes, it adds up. So I also have in my shop cash envelopes, and so I'm going to stuff my cash envelopes now for each of these categories. So we have groceries. We're going to put 150 in. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 50. So 150 for groceries. And I also printed course, I can't find stuff right now. Okay, I have printed from this is why I need a budget, because I'm feeling disorganized at the moment. I had everything together. I had printed out these little, I guess, expense trackers, for lack of a better term. Here they are. So I purchased these. They're printable on Etsy. And so I'm going to put one of these in each envelope. So this is, let's see, we'll try to match. This is the grocery envelope. And today is 5/31, but this is for June. And we are putting a deposit of $150 in. And so our balance in this envelope is $150. Okay. And that way, when I go to the store, I can write down how much I spend and keep track of where I'm at in my envelope. So that's groceries. Then we'll do pet, because it's easy. And so we have $10 in our pet envelope. And we'll put that there. And then we have beauty. And we have $10 in our beauty envelope. Okay, so I labeled these with the item, and I again sell these in my Etsy shop, Studio Bliss Co. And I send free labels with the cash envelopes. Next one is household. That's $40. So we will put this in the household envelope. Fun is $20. And fun is, for me, is sort of like an allowance. It's, you know, if I want to go to Starbucks and get a coffee, or, and that could be eating out as well, but I was trying to give an example. So if I want to go to the movies, for example, not that the movies are open right now, but that's my fun envelope. Okay, so then we have gasoline in the car. And that is $100. And it is usually higher than that, but because we're not going anywhere other than work, 20, 40, 60, 81. I've been putting like $20 in my tank, and that by no means fills it up, but gets me to and from work for good 6-7 days. So put that in there. That's our gas envelope. Then we have clothing, and clothing is $20. And eating out, is $50. And And this is my last envelope. So 20, 30, 40, 50. When the need to go to Chick-fil-A strikes, this is how I will do it. Okay, so all of my cash envelopes are filled. And I do have one more cash envelope. It is my Christmas fund. And what I am doing with that is anytime I get a $5 bill as change, I put it in here. And I'm saving my fives. And then once it gets sort of thick, then I will transfer it over into a savings account. So these are my cash envelopes. They will go inside of my wallet. And I will not carry them all with me. I will carry probably gas, groceries, fun, household, dining out actually with me, and so they fit in there nicely, and I could actually put them in to this pocket, I think. Yep, they will fit inside of there. So that's how I am carrying those. So I wanted to share that. I am sharing with you because I want to hold myself accountable, but also because I'm really trying to commit to using cash envelopes. I've started and stopped several times, and so I really want to be good about that. Okay, so going back to expenses. Gotta move my little piece of newspaper. Don't judge me. So we have, we're not going to be able to get them all down because we only have so many lines here. But we will see what we can do. And so when I work on my fixing up my envelopes, which I've already sort of printed out what I plan to use for July, so I don't know that I'm going to redo them, but I will make this a little bit shorter so that it stops right here where the lines end. So for June, first thing we have is housing, and I've combined housing and part of the utilities that I pay. So that is $18.50, and I've already paid this, so I get paid on the last day of the month, so I already sort of started, but it's really important for me to have my budget ready to go at the beginning of the month. SMUD, which is my electric, I think. PG&E, yeah, SMUD is my electric, PG&E is my gas. So PG&E is actually $0, so I could have like not put that one down to save space. I need to look up what my SMUD bill is. So I'm going to combine my car and home insurance. They're both with Nationwide. And they come out on the same day at the same time, so but I'm combining it to save space. I do like to see what the total is separately, but again, in here it's just a matter of having it down. So the total combined is $153.79. Sprint is my phone and internet. That is $100. Dish, gotta have the TV, is $90. CarMax is $5.25, and that's, I pay extra. I have a loan with Barclay Bank, that is $25. Fed loan, I don't have to pay them anything right now. I have an IRS bill that is $125. I have a loan, and I need to look up the amount on that. I don't owe anything to Navy Federal right now because I paid extra. Kohl's is 80. The loan, it's 128. PayPal, and see, I'm gonna run out of room before I thought I was. I paid that. Let's see, Ashley Furniture. It's 120. Microsoft is $6.95. Silhouette is $7.99. And my Simply Gilded sub box is $36.75. Okay, so I have like 5 other things, but they're minuscule, so the main things are down there. What I plan to do, and I'm not going to do it this month, is have my total income minus my total expenses, and it's not, I'm a work in progress, so it's not quite there yet, but I want my total expenses minus my total income to be 0 so that I have a 0-based budget. My income for this month, I expect it to be approximately, I gotta subtract out, I expect it to be approximately $5,100, and that's from multiple sources if I do everything that I'm supposed to do. Okay, let's do sinking funds. So I have no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I have my, I can see this is already going to be not enough room. Hopefully these lines are straight. I know I could get them straight by lining up the bottom of the ruler. This is off. Okay, it's just gonna have to be off. I can't be worrying about straight lines. Okay, so you've got where you're starting, what you add, what you take out, and where you end. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish sinking funds. And like I said, it's still a work in progress. So the first is my emergency fund. And my budget is to add $50 to that. I really shouldn't put that there, but until I find a better way to do it. I would rather do it after I've actually put it in there, but so what I'm expecting to put in there is $50, so I guess now I'm committed to it. I have a car fund, which is for maintenance, registration, tags, that type of stuff. So I am anticipating putting $25 in there. I have a planner fund. I'm not going to put anything in it this month. Planner stuff, stickers, you know. But I am going to buy the Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner when it comes out, which I think will be any day now. I combined health and taxes into one account, but I know that I have a separate amount for each of those. So the health, whatever, I keep track of it separately on paper so as to not have too many accounts. Like I shared, Christmas is in this envelope until I make deposits. I have a vacation fund, and then I have a home fund, and what I'm using that for right now is finishing my bedroom remodel. There's a dresser that I'm going to add. So my beginning balance on my emergency fund is $519.93. My beginning balance for the car fund is $208.37. I have $50 set aside for my planner, and I'm going to be reaching out to Erin Condren to get my birthday points, and that should give me about $25 in credit with the points that I have right now. So I should have enough to buy the deluxe monthly planner set aside, which is nice because I'm not pulling it from something else that I shouldn't be pulling it from. In my health and taxes fund, I have $400.78. In my Christmas envelopes, I have $40. I have $0 saved for vacation. I'm probably going to be requesting a refund from our cruise. And then I have $0 for my miscellaneous. We were supposed to go on a cruise in April, but because of the coronavirus, was not able to. And so I probably will request a refund of that. And I'm either going to put that $400 into my vacation fund, or I am going to use it to buy a camera. So that is... yeah, that's what I have going on. I don't have any plans to put any money into any of these other funds other than Christmas, but I don't know what the amount is going to be because, again, it's $5 bills that I'm setting aside for that. So I don't think I'll be taking any money out of any of these funds. I don't foresee that. So this is about where I should end at the end of the month. So that is that. I'm going to do my spending tracker as I actually spend. So that's like, you know, when I go to the grocery store, when I go get gas, when I go buy something, I want to keep track of everything that I'm buying. So that will be a work in progress throughout the month. And then my debt tracker is at some point, not this month, because I did pay off a significant amount of debt last month. I paid off about $3,000 or $4,000 and stuff. I will list everything out, smallest to largest, snowball order, and then, you know, look at where I am with all of my debt. I was trying to eliminate about 10% of payments, thinking in terms of a 10% hit to my income. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to go back in on the June. And so one of the things I wanted to do, I've got these little payday stickers. I'm going to add that on here. I think that's payday. Then I printed a bunch of these. So I have the ability to get paid every Tuesday and every Friday if I work my side hustles. So Etsy is Tuesday. I think it's actually Monday, but it doesn't show up in my account until Tuesday. And then I do some delivery service, so that's every Friday. So I'm putting these down like I'm gonna do it, but since the coronavirus has been going on, I haven't been doing it, but I do have one coming up this Friday, so we'll see. I need to do any extra income related things to make sure that I can meet these savings goals and budget goals. So we shall see. I'm going to put these little washi strips down here at the bottom. And I am going to, I made myself, and I don't know if they will fit, but you have probably heard me complain about not liking to see the upcoming month. And so I made myself some stickers to cover that up. Let's see. They fit pretty good. It looks a little crazy, but it will do. Because I can take this and put a doll over here, and we are in business. So we will put little doll here on the 6th because that is my birthday. And I will say my food budget, $150, I can typically stick with that. I get occasionally squirrely and we'll go outside of that. But in June, it's my birthday, and I take advantage of all the birthday freebies. So that will help me with my food budget staying on task this month, because I'm gonna go get some free stuff for my birthday. Okay, so I'm gonna fill in the rest of these bill due dates off camera. And I'll put some goals down there. So I did pretty good on my little budget kit. It's not perfect. It's a work in progress, but it's what I need it to be. And it just needs a few tweaks. And I think then it will really be what I need and want it to be. So I've got little payday stickers here, and those are hard to see. And I want to tweak these so that they don't say bill due anymore, but they're like the size that I wanted them to be. They've got a little checkbox. The only thing that's not actually something I created are the days of the week up here. So just like, a few tweaks with size, and I'm good to go as far as the month at a glance. I don't like this. It's too bulky. I'm going to put a quote or something there so that it looks better, but I don't like looking at the previous or the next month, so it's a trade-off. And then back here I have my June budget. So we've got our income, we've got the expenses that I could list based off of the amount of room that I had here, and as I pay these bills, I will write in the actual amount and what, if it's over or under. And then I've got my cash envelopes now set up for the month. One of the things I did not mention is I am paid once a month from my primary source of income. And so those types of things I do like to budget for the whole month, because although I do have, you know, side hustles, there's no guarantee that one, I'm going to go do them, or two, that I'm going to make any money from them. And so I need to plan based off of my primary source of income. So I've set all that aside for the month. So I've got the cash envelopes ready to go. Total of $400 we're working with in cash for groceries, household, eating out, gas, pet, beauty, clothing, and fun. And then I've got my sinking fund set up for the month, where I'm only making like $75 added into quote unquote savings, but things that I know that I'm going to have coming up. For example, car. I know my car registration is in either July or August, and so that's going to be like roughly $300. And so I need to be prepared to pay that probably next month or the month after. So that's what the purpose of these sinking funds are, for upcoming expenses that are larger, broken down into a small chunk every month so that it's not such a big expense out of my budget. And like I said, I'm facing a potential 10% pay cut due to everything going on with the coronavirus and whatnot. And so I need to really work on getting my budget in order and sticking to it, so that if that 10% cut comes, it's not as painful. Anyway, I appreciate you for sticking with me. It looks like this budget video has not had any debacles so far, so I'm excited about that. Thank you for budgeting with me. Thank you for holding me accountable. Thank you for helping me stay accountable on my cash envelopes and sticking to my budget. I look forward to sharing a check-in with you mid-month. And I appreciate it if you've stuck with me this long, for sticking out this video. It is a little bit longer when it's a budget with me. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.